Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. And before I even begin, Miriam, who is connecting from Qatar at this point of time, I want to thank you for holding the screen today. Thank you for introducing me. And I am grateful for the leaders who stood before me that allowed me to rise so that I could raise more people today. Today, afternoon, evening, no matter where you are, I want to talk to you. So if you are sitting somewhere and this is the first time you clicked and connected to a presentation invited by someone, raise your hand. I know I can't see you, but I want you to raise your hand. First time. If you just got started and this is your first VBP, raise your hand. Whether you are alone, whether you are with a team, with few people in your living room, in your car, driving, or you are sitting with a group of people, raise your hands. But if you have been presented already and you know the plan, you know the presentation, you came to get more information and make a decision today, raise your hands. Tonight, I'm speaking to you, okay? So I want you to get comfortable. For the rest of you coming back, welcome back. This is the place that we really come back every month, all right? This happens all the time. I don't know why. I got it, okay? I just want you to relax. I'm going to be talking to you for the next 30 minutes or so. So pay attention. I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff. But before I even begin, for those of us, we are meeting for the first time, majority of us, I want you to know me a little bit more. Yes, Miriam did a beautiful introduction, but let me just introduce you. This is me. This is how you spell my name. You can call me Kalai. I'm from this beautiful country, Malaysia. Okay, born, grew up, went to school in Malaysia. My grandparents migrated here many, many, many years ago. And my father and my mother, thank God for them, I still blessed to be able to spend time with them, to see them growing older. I thank God for that. They did not get a chance at formal education. So I was among the first in my family that actually graduated from a university. And my father believed and believed in education more than anyone else that I know. Because he never got a chance at it. You always want something that you never got. So he believed in education. So I had a dream that I wanted to be able, my father's dream to come through. I wanted to make sure that his dream, that education will put me in a different place in this country. Education will take care of me and my next generation a reality. Okay? Many of you probably come from a family, you are the second or third generation, got education, or even maybe the first generation. So coming from a small town in Kuala Lumpur, the city, it wasn't easy, okay? Because I was in the village all my life, in a small town. Everywhere, from the school to my home, to the hospital, to the market, by bicycle, cycle, 10 minutes. That's it. Okay? So then coming to the city, Kuala Lumpur, and suddenly it was not easy. Renting a room, getting to work, working here, paying my bills. My salary was so little. I started off with barely a 500 US dollars in Malaysia. That's like 2,000 ringgit Malaysia. It's a small money. because my rental alone was $150. Okay? And then I thought things will get better. My sister came to the city. She was an economist, worked for a TV station, and it got tougher. Then my younger brother came to the city to go to the college, and it got tougher for us because many things that my father thought would be easy did not get easy. It is then that I really wanted to do something. I did not know what to do. I knew I had my time after work. If you can see this time, I knew I had that. I knew I had to make money. I knew if I put more time, I would make more money. I knew I had to look at what my skills, how I can make more money, just like anyone else. I'm sure you would have thought of that, how to use your time, skill to make money. And guess what I did? I gave tuition. Why? That's the only thing I knew how to do. And I thought I was using my time better, my skills better. I chose Japanese children in Malaysia to teach English. Not that my English is really good. I can speak simple English. They needed simple English. Malaysia brought a lot of contractors. I graduated at the time. Job was everything. And Malaysia was booming. And they interviewed me even while I was in the university. They gave me a job even before I graduated. That was the time I graduated. So I thought, okay, I'll teach them English. Sounds good. Guess what? In a couple of years, I made close to 50 to 70,000 US dollars just teaching Japanese children. And I thought I did very well. And guess what? I took this money, I invested to expand myself in a business. Guess what happened? I lost this money within 6 months. And that was the time I understood this conventional business that I thought I could do because I had the money wasn't enough. I didn't have skills. I didn't have experience. I trusted the wrong people, and I lost my money. And I rejected 6 times the invitation to see QNet presentation. 6 times. And you who came here and clicked here because somebody gave you the link, somebody invited you to a group viewing, somebody gave you, you went to somebody's house, I salute you. I rejected. So when I walked into the presentation that day, I was at the lowest motivation. I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know if this is for me, but I wanted to give myself a chance. I didn't understand. There were so many people, 500 over people in the room, and I just looked at the numbers. And that day, the numbers hit me differently. And I asked myself this question, how if the numbers are real? How if the numbers works? How if this is my answer to the prayer? How if this is what I need for my family? How if this is what is going to give back my mom and my dad in the village what they truly deserve? So that day, I saw the numbers. And today, I'm going to show you the numbers. And I'm going to show you what made me get started today. Okay? What made me that day to get started. Because today, when I look back, I see this even more relevant today than ever been before. And something else struck me that day. And I thought it was always about time and money. The more time I give, the more money I make. Then I realized that day, there were a group of people who had a lot of time, but they didn't have the money. Today, there are many people who lose their jobs, who cannot find a job, who do not have a place to go to work. maybe students, they are here a lot of time, but they don't have the money, lost their job. Many people. I've been speaking to so many people lately who have lost their job. They have the time, but not the money. And back then, there were many. I was also here. Then there are people who don't have this and don't have this. They work so hard. They don't have any time and any money. And I didn't want to be here. And then there are people who don't have the time and then they have the money. And I've seen these people. Back home in my town, those who work the overnight, here, there, running a shop, running a clinic, running a firm. They work so hard. They have the money, but the drivers drive their car. The maids enjoy their home, and they don't have. They have to plan time. They have to schedule lunch. They have to schedule dinner. They have to schedule, they miss kids' play. And I didn't want to be that. That day I saw something that was this time and money. And I understood for the very first time in my life, this is the power of choices that I wanted. This is freedom. This is what my education should give me. This is what my effort should give me. This is what I should be doing. The more I study, I should be here. The more I put effort, I should be here. The more I earn, I should be here. The more I understand, I should be here. The more wiser I get, this is where I should be. And I chose that day to have the time and money. And today I'm going to be talking a little bit more on this. But I want to bring you just few slides, okay? Just to help you see, okay, few things before we come back to these numbers on the board. All right? So I'm going to switch to my slides. Yeah. Time and money is what really today, in the last many years, this is what, to me, the true freedom, what QNet gave me. I left my job, retired, resigned at the age of 33, beginning of my 30s, and I never went back to work. And for the last many years, it has been power of choices, where I want to travel, which flight I want to take, where I want to sit. Like today, some part of the world, we celebrate Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day. But I chose to be with you today. This is my gift of love for each and every one of you. And this is truly the freedom we are talking about with this opportunity. But today, a lot of capable people are struggling. The reality of today, struggle at job. You don't know when you might lose your job. Management changes, system changes, owners change, and you might lose that job. And then the talk about AI and robots replacing. And I saw how many percent the other day, I was looking at statistics. The entry-level jobs are taken by automation. That means more fresh graduates are not going to have that job. And family, raising a family today, it's struggle, tough. What about children being single parent? What about someone you are taking care, not feeling well, not healthy, sickness? So many people are falling sick left and right. Probably you, not well, illness, and many people today, young and not well. It doesn't mean they failed. It doesn't mean you failed. It only means the system has changed. And we only have one choice, that is to change. The only thing that is constant is change. And change, there is two kinds of change, and I realized this. One is you choose to change. I chose to change that day when I came into this hall because my business went down. I lost it. I had no money. I chose change that day. I chose to work. I chose to be inspired. or if you don't choose to change, then you will be forced to change. So today, to me, truly, the gift of QNet came when I needed to choose to change. And I don't know where you are today and why you connected and what they told you, but I want you to know that the world is changing so fast, so fast. And if you don't choose to change, you will be forced to change. And that's the invitation today. And there's only 3 ways to get started. 3 steps to get started. It's so simple. You register, you buy a product, you talk to the person who referred you. They will advise you what to buy, how many products to buy. And you find 2, and we're going to talk about that. So before I get into the detail, progress into the numbers today, we need to understand the power of 2. And I'm going to use the board and explain to you, but I'm going to go slow with this, and let's go through this together. Anything that doesn't make sense to you, you don't really understand, it's okay, write it down, screenshot, record it, and go back to the person who invited you, gave this link to you, and discuss it with them, okay? So now, let me explain to you, what do I mean by power of 2? I hope you can see my board clearly. I only knew the world of savings. Savings. From young, I was told to save, to save, to save, to save, to save. To save for the future, to save for the rainy days, to save to do something, to save. If I'm not saving, I'm a bad person. Believe me, for years I struggled to save. I couldn't save anything from my job. The only time I saved money was when I did tuition, part-time. I will work until 6, 7 o'clock. I will change into my different clothes and get to somebody's house and teach the night. And weekends I will teach. You know, that's how I saved. So let's say this month, February, I give you $1,000. Or 1,000 ringgit, or 1,000 rand, or 1,000, whatever currency you are in, okay? Any currency, 1,000 euro, you just put whatever currency behind it. If I give you every month 1,000, the next month you have 2,000. The next month I give you another 1,000. Next month I give you another 1,000. Every month I give you 1,000 for your saving. Let's say we do 18 months. You get $18,000. Good savings? Powerful. One mistake in investment, you lose this money. One challenge at home, the insurance doesn't pay for the health, you lose this money. You decide to get married, this is not enough, you need another 0 next to it. You decide to buy something, this is not enough, it's done. You lose your job. Those days I used to tell people, 6 months you keep your pay, 6 months is good as a security for if you lose. But today, let me tell you, if you don't have 24 months security fund today, and if your only income is job, you are in danger. That's the reality of today. Please allow me to talk a little bit about reality, okay? So I thought this was it. But today here, I understood something about the power of 2. I've never heard this before, but I know every living being duplicates. The cells become 2, then become 4, then become 8. This is how the nature works. So why not we do this in numbers? So if I give you $2 in the first month, February today, the next month I double up to 4. The following month I double up to 8. Then I double up to 16. I double up to 32, 64, 128, 256. 18 months, can you guess what this will be? Do your numbers. Can I tell you how much? It is $1 million. 1M. Now tell me, you want to save 18,000 or learn to do 1 million? That day, and I told myself, this time that I have, shouldn't be about $18,000. It should be about $1 million. And QNet works on the concept of doubling up. Why it's so powerful? Because you work on this leverage of doubling up. Let me now go through a little bit in detail to help you understand this. All right? If you need a paper, please take a paper. Now, when you register, you will have your ID. That ID is yours. The password is yours. Then you will buy a product, or 2 products, or 3 products, or 4 products, or 5 products. You can buy anything you want. You can buy a vacation. You can buy a watch. Today I'm wearing a beautiful watch from QNet here. Beautiful. You can buy a watch. You can buy a biodisc. You can buy a CP4. You can buy a water filter. You can buy what you want. Talk to the person who referred you. Let's just say you bought one product. You bought a CP4. A pendant. You don't know what is a CP4, don't worry, go and ask someone. If they say they don't know, then ask them what to buy. And you buy this product, you will get something called TC. You know, in Malaysia, we have IC, identification card. And I always tell people this is more important than your IC, okay, your ID, because this tracking center now becomes your business. Now, this can be passed to the next generation. And how did you get that? You bought a product, and in return, you got a TC. You own this for life, you pass to the next generation, and the next generation. And this is equivalent to a business. If you think this TC is a shop that sells fried chicken on the street, then this is a shop that sells fried chicken on the street. But if you think this is a chain of Nando's around the world, then this is the Nando's. If you think this is McDonald's, then this is the McDonald's. If you think this is a hypermarket, this is the hypermarket. This is your shop. This is your business. This is your tracking center. It tracks all the volume of sales and decides what's your payment every single week. You get paid 4 times in a month. When I heard that first time, I almost fell off the chair. Did I hear that real? Because I got paid once in a month. Now you're telling me 4 times? Yes, 4 times. And this TC has a left and a right group. Now don't ask me why left and right. Okay, left and right. Okay, so left volume and right volume. Now, every product that you buy from QNet has a business volume in it. Like a CP4, a biodisc, Noah Home Pure water filter, or a Zane, or a watch could be 1,000 BV, could be 3,000 BV, it could be 5,000 BV. Check with the person who brought you. But today, let's say a product like a CP4, a biodisc is 1,000 business volume. Or you can call it a 1-unit volume for easy calculation. So I'll be interchanging it. 1 unit, 1,000 BV is the same. Now, you need 1 on the left, 1 on the right. Left and right. Now, what did I do? I went to my sister, who's with me. I have a younger sister, and I said, you are getting started. We are doing this for the family. You know, we always wanted to take care of parents after their retirement. You wanted them to be comfortable. This is what we are doing together to make sure our family is comfortable. So my sister, Tipa, got started. And then in the university, I met a friend who came from Africa, Uganda. And she looked really pretty. And I invited to a presentation like this. And she was all dressed up, sitting there with me. The speaker came to me that day because I had a foreign friend and asked me, who's your friend? I said, this is my friend. And the speaker said, take care of your friend. I said, why? One day you will have business in Africa. And I said, wow, I want that. Why not? So this became Hajara. So Hajara and Tipa are my two, my sister and my friend. Now tell me, if you have a sibling, a spouse, a family member, that is your one. Do you have a friend who will follow you? And this is the friend. So how long will you take to find this two? 24 hours? 48 hours? 7 days? 14 days? Come on. I took a week to talk to them. One, I didn't have to say anything because she's my sister. I'm getting started, just get started. She said she's an economist, this is not a real business. I said, I don't care. You're just getting started because whatever we studied is not even helping us with our bills. How would we take care of our parents? So get started. She said, okay, you're my sister. If I don't support you, who will support you? Okay, I get started. And this one said, hey, babe, let's do it. Let's bring this back home. Your master's is not going to help your people in the village. But this, we can give it as a gift. She said, okay. Then I asked my sister, do you have your 2? Because we need a 2. She said, I got 3. Can I bring them tonight? Will you talk to them? I said, bring your 3. She brought the 3, and all 3 signed up on that night. And she said, you know what? I'm new here. I don't know, but I got one back home who will just listen to me, anything I tell her. I said, okay, where's one more? I have a guy in the university from Nigeria. Can we speak to him? I said, speak. So she got a 2. She got her 2. How long did that take? Another week, another 2 weeks. Because I took a little bit of time to talk to them. A week, 2, we got another 2. Now you see this? Now let me tell you how much you make. Okay, so this is your TC. This is your TC. Okay, it will have a number. Let's start with a 001. It will have a left and right. There are many ways to earn in this company, but I'm going to talk today about something called step commission. Can you repeat? Step commission. And I'm going to focus on step commission because the money in step commission is huge. So I'm going to focus on step commission. So when there is 3 unit volume on the left, 3 unit volume on the right is 1 step. Or you can call it 3,000 business volume, 3,000 business volume. So you get paid 1 step at a bronze $200 US, at a silver 225, at a gold 250, then it goes right up to blue diamond. Sapphire, platinum, 260, 275, 300, 330, it goes up. But today, I'm going to be talking more about 225 and 250, silver and gold. I'm going to be interchanging those 2, or just maybe 225, easier to understand. Now, nobody should earn in bronze. Let me tell you that. It's very simple to go from bronze to silver. Your first check can be on silver. Okay? So 3. So let's say now, okay, let's say this. Let me just get to the next page, easier for you to see. So this is your TC, okay? So this is your left. By now you already understand this, how simple this is, left and right. I'm sure you already understand this already, am I right? Left and right. So when you have 3 product moves, like somebody bought a pendant, 3 pendant, each pendant is 1,000 business volume, that is 3 biodis, each one is 1,000, so it's 3,000. Home Pure Noah is 1,000 business volume, so it's 3. So 3 product on the left, 3 product on the right. It's not about the people, because one can even buy 10 products. It's the products. So 3 on the left, 3 on the right, you get paid 3 UV on the left, 3 UV on the right, 2, 2, 5. Now, if somebody here talked to another 2, another 2, another 2, you have 10 UV here, 10 UV here, 10 biodis moved, 10 watches of 1 UV moved, 10 water filter moved. Guess what happened? Now, 3, 3, 2 to 5, another 3, 3, another 2 to 5, another 3, 3. Now you make 6, 7, 5. You got that? 3, 3, 2 to 5, 3, 3, 2 to 5, 3, 3, 2 to 5. Now, what happened if 30, 30? 30, 30. 2,250. Do you understand that now? Now, how if this becomes 300 on the left, 300 on the right? 22,500. Are you okay with that? How about if this becomes 3,000 UV on the left, 3,000 UV on the right? 22,500. Now, how if this becomes 30,000 on the left, 30,000 on the right? $2.2 million. Now you see this? Now I want to show you one more thing. I can show you a simple projection, but before that, let me show you this. And I saw that day, this is your TC. Now, do you have a sister, a brother, a spouse, a friend who believe in you? Yes. So now, can you connect them to you? The two people or three. Now, they could be where you live. My sister was in Kuala Lumpur with me, and Hajara was in Penang, where the north of Malaysia. It's okay. Now, will they have another 2 to 3 friends? Will they have another 2 to 3 friends? Can you connect them? Will they have another 2 to 3 friends? Will they have another 2 to 3 friends? Will they have now another 2 to 3 friends? Can we go from Kuala Lumpur, where you're living, or wherever you're living right now, or Indonesia, Jakarta, Dubai, UK, wherever, Italy, wherever you're living, France, can we go to Dubai? Will somebody know somebody in the US? Will somebody know somebody in South Africa? Will somebody know somebody in Ghana? Will somebody know somebody in Nigeria? Will somebody know somebody in Thailand? Will somebody know somebody in Vietnam? Will somebody know someone in India? Will somebody know someone in what country do you want? Can this be one person? You become 2. Can it become 10? Can it become 100? Can it become 1,000? Can it become 10,000? Can it become 100,000? Can it become 1 million? Now, let me tell you something. When I looked at it, I asked myself, why not? Why not? This is like how your Facebook, how your Instagram, TikTok, with Amazon, or here, Lazada, Shopee, whatever, shopping online program that you have, Amazon. So when you I don't know if you have heard products. There are many products. When that product in Malaysia was launched, the Biodis many years, and I remember I was sitting with Hajara in Uganda doing presentations, and the company launched water filter Noah. I had no clue what it was. Overnight, I sold water filter. And I was telling Hajara, oh my God, when we drink, we're going to make money because people are buying, we don't even know what it is. And during the pandemic, the company launched CP4. I was super excited because I know people will buy. Within an hour, so many people bought. I couldn't even count. And I was like, people are buying. What are they doing? They click, they buy, click, they buy, they click, they buy, they click, they buy. But how did I start? I got a trekking center. I bought my product. And I remember then I bought a watch. Why? I wanted to give myself a gift. So I said, let me buy the watch. Then I brought my sister and I brought Hajara. Then I helped them. I kept them in the system. I kept them in the training. I took care of them. I brought them, one on the left, one on the right, to sit with me in every training. Every training, I did not go alone. I had a left, I had a right. I had a left, I had a right. I had a left, I had a right. Because someone told me Never come alone. I brought one left, one right, one left, one right. I never been to a training alone. One left, one right, one left, one right. What am I building? I'm building an empire. I'm building a distribution channel across Asia and Africa and to Europe. What am I moving? Every single product that QNet puts again, and will click and click. And we will buy, and we buy. And the vacation came and people bought. I remember I was sitting in Nigeria and people were buying, and I was like, what is that? Where you want to go for holiday? I don't know. If people are buying. Now you understand that? And I looked at it and I said, wow, I want this, man. I want this. Because this is it. This is it. Because this works when I sleep. I'm sleeping. Africa's awake. When I'm in Africa, Malaysia's awake. Every time, somebody talks to somebody clicks, somebody buys something, 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 somebody clicks, buys something. I make money. I make money in my sleep. And I was like, wow, good deal. You know why? You know why good deal? 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 You know why? Good deal. Time and money. Time and money. Time and money. The power of choices, freedom. Now, you might look at it and say, what is this? What is Kalai talking? What is she talking about? Me being the Facebook, me being the Instagram, me being Amazon. Yes, QNet is the Amazon. You are the Facebook, you are the Instagram, you are the TikTok, you are everything. Every single person you talk to is your asset. Every single person can open their TC. Every single person becomes a shop. Every single person becomes a franchise. Every single person is your franchise. You take care of them, you teach them, you train them, you keep them in the system. How difficult to take care of two people in the system. It might not be the first two you find. Sometimes they might be difficult. Maybe you are not ready, but eventually you'll find the two. Now let me show you something. You okay so far? Can we still have another 5 minutes? Let me go through a little bit more numbers. I told you today, either I confuse you, or I convince you. Either way, I'm okay. Okay? Because they said the best place to start is actually, confusion is the best place to start. Because that night, I saw only numbers. And I was like, wow, how if this is real? How if I become Amazon? How if I become the Facebook? How I become the Instagram? That's what it is. Every time somebody clicks, you buy, you make money. Every time somebody talks to somebody, you make money. Now, let me do a simple projection, okay? Let's say you didn't take 7 days. It took you 30 days to bring your two, find your two. Are you okay with that? Can we deal with it? Okay? But don't take long. You can do this in a week. And each person that you brought in only purchased 1 unit volume. That's it. Nothing else. One product. 1 unit volume product. Okay? What to buy? You talk to the person who referred to you, they will tell you. So I'm going to do a simple projection. Okay? Let's say this is left. This is right. This is what not get paid will be brought forward. Then this is US dollars. Simple. This is February. Now, you brought your 1 on the left, 1 on the right. Okay? You don't get paid because it's not 3-3. Some countries you get paid for direct sales commission. Enjoy that. But some countries, doesn't matter. It depends on the law of the land. So 1 on the left, 1 on the right. So you brought forward this for the next calculation. QNet pays weekly. I'm just doing a monthly just to give you a picture of what this could look like. Now March came. Now you help them, put them in the system, train them to find their two. Can we do that? Now, what happened to you? 3 on the left, 3 on the right. You made your 2, 2, 5. So nothing to bring forward. Completed 1 step commission. Are we cool? Then April came. Now, these 2 people found their 2. So you got a 4 on the left, 4 on the right. 3, 3, you got paid 1 brought forward, then you get paid 2, 2, 5. Are you happy? Yeah, nice. What did you do? Talk. What did you do? Bring them to the training. What did you do? Talk. Help them to find their 2. Now, May came. They did the 2. You become 8. Plus this become 9. So complete 3 steps. So this is 6, 7, 5. Cool? Okay? Now, June came. This became 16. This is 5 step. 1 brought forward. This is 1, 1, 2, 5. 5 times 2 to 5. Now, if I continue this for 12 months, this becomes 307,000 US dollars. 307. Now, I want to ask you, in the next 12 months, okay, for buying a product, a watch, a biodiesel, a CP4, a water filter for your family. A water filter, 1,000 US dollars. In many market, 1,100 in some market. Depends on the lending cost for the shipment. And bringing 2 people at the end of the month, end of the year, 307,000. Let me tell you, some will find their 2, some will not find 2, some can find 10, some can find 20, some can find 2, some might not do anything. Whether you, whatever, however you look at it, your left and right. Even you make 50% of this is 150,000. Even if you make 25% of this, 75,000 US dollars. Now, let me change this game a little bit. Okay? How if each one here did not buy 1 product? They bought 3 products. 3 UV. 3 UV. Because let me tell you this. Every single person who buy 1 product, eventually they buy the water filter or the biodiesel or the CP4. They will buy the water filter because they like the product. Once they buy the water filter, they will buy the biodiesel. When they buy the biodiesel, they will buy the CP4. Once they buy the CP4, they will buy the watch because they want to give themselves a nice gift. Valentine's Day today, they'll buy another watch. Or they will might Physio Radiance because it's your business. Because when you click, you make money, you click, you make money, you click, you make money. And guess what? Now this, if everybody does 3, the same projection becomes 1 million USD. How do you like that? When I looked at it and I asked myself, how many kids must I teach to make $1 million? How many nights must I spend? I said, why not? How if this is real? Now, this is not done yet. Let me show you one more thing. The best way to get started in this business, it is not 1 tracking center, it is 3 tracking center. This is TC001. This is yours. Now, this TC has another TC, which is 002, which is also yours. And there is another TC, which is TC003, which is also yours. The best way to get started is here. Why? Hey, I'm an engineer. Let me tell you, I always believed minimum input, maximum output. Why would you want to do maximum output, minimum input? You cannot go to the office and say, look, I want double of my salary because I have extra kid or I have someone not well in the house. Today, companies, let me tell you, if you don't want to believe me, you better believe me. Companies are finding ways to throw people out. Did you hear the news? Google did not do they didn't do retrenchment, they did voluntary separation scheme. What is that? If you cannot match to the AI vision that Google has today, we give you a chance to leave the company by taking the voluntary separation scheme. If you do not do that, then you will have retrenchment. If you do not do that, they will find a way to sack you. That's what the companies are doing today. All major companies. Why? Because the skill you had, they don't need this. What you studied, they don't need this. So let me tell you this. Minimum input, maximum output. What is that? If this makes $1 million, this makes $1 million, what happens to your 001? You do nothing. It has its own left and right, which you're putting effort. 1 million, 1 million, $2 million here. So each time somebody buys a product, you don't get paid once. You get paid twice. Here and here. Here and here. Here and here. Can you imagine going to your boss and telling your boss, boss, I'm doubling up my work. Can you double up my pay? And I was looking at you and said,
You mean if I work on my 2 and 3, my 1 gets paid? You mean I can actually put even my father here maybe? So I work on it, my father gets paid? Hey, Tipa, my sister, I said, let's put dad, let's put mom, let's put brother, let's all of them benefit from the effort, what we are doing. So my family get paid many times for one purchase because we have so many family members. And the other day I was sitting with someone who's at that place where he's going to lose his job because he works for a top MNC company and they're doing a lot of policy changes and he's going to lose his job. And I drew out his tree and showed him how every single sale that happens in his organization, in his tracking center, in his organization, they get paid 8 times because 8 tracking center of their family is here. Now you see why I asked myself this question. How if this is real? Now let me tell you this a little bit, okay? I want you to go back to sit today. Don't leave wherever you are. Call that person, talk to them, and tell them how you want to get started. Plan this triple header, 3 tracking center. Plan your product, plan your payment, how you're going to make your payment and get started. But let me tell you this. I've been here for almost 2 decades, okay? And my biggest challenge of building this business initially was my father. The reason because I built for him, but he was, I educated you. You went on to do a master's in engineering. In fact, I was the first girl in my convent, in my village, that actually went to an engineering school. And he said, why would you draw boxes? Why would you draw numbers? Why would you do this? And I tried to tell my dad. But one day, I sat him down in his bedroom, and I told my father, Dad, you educated me. You raised me well. What you taught me, it's enough for today. But I need this. I need this, Dad. I need this tracking center, Dad. I need this tracking center, Dad, for tomorrow. I need this for 10 years down the road. I need this for tomorrow. The world is changing so fast. And I told my dad that day, Dad, trust me. You did well. Trust God. He led me to the right people. Trust me, this TC is what is going to save our family in the future. And my dad that day decided to keep quiet. He never said anything negative about it. He never said no anymore. He allowed me to build my TC. Some years back, we went for lunch. And he told me something, and I don't know who needs to hear this. But I want to tell you today what he told me. He said, my generation made a big mistake. I said, Dad, what mistake, Dad? We sold our land. We sold our goats. We sold our cows. And we educated our children. And because of that paper, they're stuck, they're chained into an office, and they're not doing good. And I looked at my father and I said, Dad, I only saw you from the time I knew how to read, how to write, sharpening the pencils, packing food for the kids who go to school, and the parents couldn't give them food. The parents couldn't buy them papers and pen. You gave them because you said if the kid is hungry, he can't learn. If his pencil is blunt, he can't write. And every child where the school rejected that they couldn't learn, Dad, you brought them home and taught them how to read and write. You believe this education will save them. And I told Dad that education is what taught me that if I own a TC, no one can take this away from me. No retrenchment, no voluntary separation scheme, no company shutdown, no changes of founders, no changes of management, no changes of war, no changes of country, no changes in the government, no recession, no COVID, no pandemic. This TC is mine. And I said, Dad, that is why God gave me this TC. And today, my greatest gift in this business. Not the dreams that I made come through, not the first car that I went and picked, which I didn't even dare to walk into the showroom, not the flights that I took, not the business class flights that I flew, not the hotels and the suites that I stayed around the world, not the countries I visited. My mother and father, my dad. My mom never worked, so she didn't have any retirement funds. My dad worked. He did not touch a single cent from his retirement fund. Since his retirement, he's 85. That's my achievement. That's Deepa and my achievement. That my dad did not take a single cent from the retirement funds. My mom is 79. Today she walks 7 kilometers every morning. She dances with her friends in the park. And anything that she wants today, she gets. That's the tracking center. Today, the time, what we have done, the home that I gave them, the chance we have had spending time with them, that's the TC. And today, standing here, where a lot of my friends were coming close to 50, were in their 40s, who don't know what to do because retrenchment, things are changing, they're not needed. But this TC is here. So today, before I leave you, let me tell you this. Someone told me a long time ago, it is much nicer to build this TC because you are inspired than you are desperate. Change is not an option. Change is the only constant thing. Change is the only thing that is there. But it's truly your choice to choose to change, or the change will force you to change. But make sure when the time comes, you have your TC. So to each one of you who are here, the ones who raised your hand the first time, just got started, came to see, someone forced you, someone pushed you, someone brought you here, call them and say, thank you. I want my TC. They can take anything away from you. They cannot take this TC. Welcome to the greatest journey, and not once in a lifetime journey, once in many generation time kind of journey with QNet and the V. Thank you.
Thank you so much, VP Kalai, for showing us the plan, the most important part in our session today. Ladies and gentlemen, what we have witnessed tonight is more than just stories, products, or presentations. We have seen a living example of what this opportunity can create. An opportunity that allows ordinary people to build extraordinary life. An opportunity that connects dreams to systems, vision to mentorship, and effort to global platforms. Through QNet, we have access to world-class products, a proven business model, and the chance to build sustainable income. Through the V, we are guided, trained, mentored, and developed into leaders capable of impacting lives beyond our own. This is not just a business. This is a vehicle for transformation. So tonight, I want to leave you with one simple but powerful thought. Opportunities don't change lives. Decisions do. Your decision to say yes, your decision to believe, your decision to act, starting now. Don't wait for the perfect time. Don't wait for more confidence. Don't wait for circumstance to change. Make the decision today. Ignite the fire within you and take the first step toward making your dreams a reality with QNet and the V. Thank you everyone for being part of tonight's V Business presentation. And we look forward to seeing you rising with us in this incredible journey. We will see you at the next V Business presentation on March 14, 2026. Get ready, ignite your fire, and make your dreams come true with us. Thank you. Good night.